Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, the 1st of July, 2021. It's Thursday, sorry. You see, I was going to mix up the dates. Thursday, the 1st of July, 2021. Thank you very much. My name is Randolph Critchlow. Welcome to those persons joining us internationally in the region and right here in Guyana. It is the rush, folks. Let's unpack. Good afternoon again and welcome to The Rush. My name is Randolph Critchlow. Those persons joining us internationally in the region and right here in Guyana. Happy 1st of July. Those persons who are joining us from Canada. It is Canada Day. Of course, you're celebrating. It's a national holiday over there in Canada. Don't ask me how I know that. I just know it. So, loyal viewers who tune in from Canada, happy Canada Day to you. It's 1st of July. William Kozier from Toronto. How are you enjoying the holiday today, William? Thank you very much for tuning in. Let us know, folks. Let us know. It is day 333 of this fraudulent administration's tenure in power. And we continue to see all that is happening. And it has become very clear at this point in time that the PPP is bad for Guyana. Folks, we're going to be talking about a number of things today. Exxon and their flaring. We're going to be talking about that very emotional press conference that we witnessed today with the mother and the family of Gladson Henry, who was arrested as a part of four guys, as part of four persons who were charged with the murder of Harry Singh, and the family of three of those young men are saying, look, they were here at the house. There is sworn alibi to say that these guys were not a part of this murder. The police, of course, we told you yesterday that the police are ignoring the alibi, and we're going to play a part of that press conference, talk about the details in that, and we'll have you at the end of the program have your say on that particular matter also. Do you have confidence in the Guyana Police Force that they are picking up and charging the correct people for the murders of Joel, Isaiah, and Harry Singh? Do you have confidence in them? We're also going to be talking about this statement from Gail Teixeira, assuring that all Guyanese will benefit from Guyana's wealth. This is, of course, after U.S. Congressman expressed concern. Well, we're going to talk about that. I don't have confidence. I have no confidence that this fraudulent administration has what it takes in them, has any sort of moral fiber to go beyond their obvious bias to ensure that Guyanese are well served. So we're going to talk about that also. Right. Folks, let us know where you're joining us from. Good afternoon. Before we start unpacking, before we start talking about those serious issues, of course, welcome and let us know where you're joining us from. We like to give you your shout out on this program. Listening from the USA, joining from East Randveld, New Amsterdam, Brooklyn, Atlanta. Patterson, Michael Patterson saying, greetings, my fellow Guyanese. Atlanta Hawks in the house. Atlanta, I'm going to be tuning into that game today, of course. For your NBA updates, folks, you know I like to talk my sports before I get into the actual news. The Phoenix Suns have advanced to the finals, the NBA finals, winning the Western Conference, beating the Los Angeles Clippers, a Kawhi-less Los Angeles Clippers, mind you. It had no Kawhi Leonard, but they did their jobs. They won 4 games, and they're now going to the NBA finals, of course, led by Chris Paul, led by Mr. State Farm Commercial himself. And they're going to be in the NBA finals after many years, many decades. So congratulations to those persons. If anybody is looking at us from Phoenix, take your flowers now. Y'all did a good job. Trinidad and Tobago is in the house. Tonight, of course, we're going to be looking at the Hawks and the Bucks. We want to know if Giannis will be back for the Bucks. Doubt it, but it's going to be interesting. East New York, good fortune. Clarksville, Tennessee, Richmond, Virginia, Barbados, Brooklyn, Maryland, Linden. All of these people, you know what you have to do when you come on, folks? Give us a share. Give us a share. Put it in your group. Put it in your WhatsApp group. Put it in your Facebook group. Share it on your timeline so that the unpacking of credible and valid information will be wide, folks. We're hoping that our operators are also sharing because we want to ensure that everybody has a chance to hear what we have to discuss today, because it's quite sad. Some sad and some interesting information we'll be unpacking today. Of course, I promised you a number of days now to open the phone lines. I will do so today. Stay tuned because I want to know what you are thinking, folks. I want to know what you are thinking as it relates to the conduct of the Guyana Police Force. The conduct of the Guyana Police Force. So we will be opening the phone lines. We will be giving you a chance to have your say. Manchester quarantine, Kildonan, Holland, locked in from Better for Acting, Delaware, London again, Wakenham. How are you doing up there in Wakenham? Brooklyn, London again, all over. Zealot, Trinidad. Good afternoon from Mackenzie Linden. Yolanda Thomas, you're in my hometown. You know, there's a guy, I say, you're in my hometown. I'll put on an accent to say it, Yolanda. You're in my hometown, West Bank, Stewartville, all over. You're looking at us from Potentia. Greetings from Toronto and happy Canada Day to you folks joining us from over there. Right. Earl Payne says he's reporting for duty. Well, you know what you have to do, Earl? You have a simple job when you come on this show. Share the live stream. George is in the house. George is in the rush. Watching from Brooklyn, Queens, New York. Thank you very much, folks. As we share, as we continue to, let's just go around and intro before we start, folks. We are also, as you know, I like my sports, folks. You know I like my sports. We're looking at what is happening with the fourth T20. They're being played in Grenada. That series, South Africa leading that series 2-1. This is match number 4. West Indies made 167. Now South Africa is trying to chase that down. They are in the 17th over, the 18th over, 17.1 over. South Africa 126 for 7. Right. I got 2 overs and 4 balls remaining. So this is quite an interesting breakdown here. They have 40 runs more to get. Little under 18 balls. So we're going to keep our eyes on that as we start the show today and we start to talk. You know, I love my cricket. I love my football. I love the basketball. I love my athletics. So you got to give him a time limit. St. Martin. Thank you very much for tuning in, folks. Right. Let's go. Let's start unpacking, folks. What is in the news? Let us see what is in the news today. Let's go all the way back up here because what is in the news? We want to know what is in the news. Folks, there's a number of things happening, you know. A number of things happening. Today, we saw that press conference. And I'm going to open up. I'm going to change up the order of the show today. I'm going to open up with this sad story because I wanted to talk about COVID and this variant that we have in the country. Not the country, the Caribbean, the Delta variant. And we're going to talk about what the Delta variant is in a little bit. But let me start with this idea of the Guyana police force. Folks, I don't even know what to say. I really don't even know what to say. Today we heard at press conference, and I'm going to bring to you a piece of what happened at the press conference. This is the mother of Isaiah Henry appealing and talking about what is happening, and we're going to come back at the end of this, and we are going to give you some more information about what you're looking at. Let's play this video for you. Let's play this video. It's really heart-wrenching. It is hard to watch, but I want us to look at it. I want us to talk about this today. Let me see, where do I go to play this?
Coming and fire over our home. Philip Anderson and Gladwin Henry was run at number 4 village. He calling the police, it take a while to come, but they come. When they come, they say they didn't see nobody. They didn't even look for the guns. Kill. Is number 1. Number 2, you cannot feel him free now. I get camera in my home and still people coming in the yard and do what they want, and you show the police them and they do nothing about it. If they want, let me fight for justice for my son, is okay. Is I am the loser. But God's still watching, he's still on the throne. He's still on the throne. And nothing we got to answer for that. But all I want, I pleading with the whosoever listening now. My son is innocent, please lose him. Because they destroy his character done. They take one of my sons, please release the next one. Isaiah had 16, 18 wounds. His head is just his skin, whole his neck. And which mother bear a child for 9 months and could feed her? You don't have a heart? I cannot see my son from since he left the trip. If I need a 6, I go to the mango tree, cannot go more. I tell him I start see dark and with my son under the mango tree. I can't see my son. I see my son till on the 13th of September. Anybody come in a box to me. Oh, nobody don't have heart out there. And now they're coming and take the next one away. Where is it? Where is it that I saw? I was thinking that you're gonna tell, and the grandmother denying not to tell. The rabbi know about it and say, don't know what Mr. Bladham had in store for that woman. I said, Sarama, go and find out. They collect my son Isaiah phone and they can't collect a Harris phone until now. They get Isaiah phone for how much months, and Harris phone cannot find until today. And the lady did not give them a statement. And if I lie after Sarabo. So he's the one that tell me that. So what is it to show him here you were going on here? Please, I know my son innocent. Please bring it home. All those 4 boys was not there. 2 of them was at with me. 3 of them, in fact, went at me and the one left and go to wall. Please. Please. I know my son innocent.
Sorry, should we have any last question? Mr. Badger, I understand you have a question, sir.
Yes, Mr. Hughes. I hear you earlier when you said about the, the scientific evidence being what and so on. But
that was the mother of Isaiah Henry, and it is quite sad to listen to her, to listen to that parent crying out. So let me go back and paint this story for you guys so you understand what is happening here. We reported recently that Gladson Henry, right? The mother's there. Gladson Henry, which is the brother of one of the slain young men, one of the Henry brothers. He was picked up as part of a 4 that the police have claimed killed Harris Singh. And if you have an opportunity, I want you to go back and listen to that press conference. Listen to the pieces of evidence that Nigel Hughes said that all of the alibis that says that 3 of those young men were at the same house. Now this woman who would have lost her son in such a gruesome manner now has to go through this, where another son is taken for a murder that the family says this man was home. And you can see the pain in that woman's face, and you can hear it in her voice. Folks, it is hard to look at. It's hard to listen to that mother. I am saying, this is my personal opinion here. I'm not speaking on behalf of anybody. This is my personal opinion. That if the police are to do their due diligence, we would not be in a lot of these situations. If the police is to do their due diligence, we would not be in this situation. We would not be in this situation. Folks, I want to play some more of that video because it's interesting to listen to what the attorney said after. Let's go back and listen to a bit more of that video, because I want you to hear what Mr. Nigel Hughes said.
That whomever is behind families that they will advocate and they will return, and sometimes the team as investigative to investigate the circumstances so that we can get to the bottom of it.
I would say we've been advocating consistently. Ghana Human Rights and coming to us have been advocating consistently. None of these requests have been entertained. As a matter of fact, they've been outright rejected. There's not much more we can do. The police say, and the ministry said that they're going to look for the assistance of one of the foremost forensic experts in the world. They said that they were inviting the FBI. As far as I know, the FBI has not fully in a position to observe where Mr. Gladwin Henry was there, and clearly was nowhere near the place where Mr. Harris Singh was. I am sitting up, and I will ask particularly, and some of the witnesses whom you can all question about their whereabouts and the murder of the family. You need that?
Folks, we apologize for the audio. We apologize for the audio. I know we're not getting the audio correct. We have a lot of background noise, right? But forgive me for the audio there. But this is what we're saying, folks. This is what we're saying, and what we're going to do this afternoon. As I said, we're doing a show a little differently. Again, forgive the background noise, but I want to ensure that we get your thoughts. This is time to get your thoughts on what you believe is happening here. And I want to open up the phone lines very, very early today. I want to open up the phone lines very early to hear what you think or your thoughts on this matter. Yes, folks, we are back. We are back. It is time for you to have your say. I'm doing it early today on the program because I want to hear what the public thinks about this particular matter. I want to get your views. So the number is on the screen: 618-7321, 618-7321. Let us know what you think about this particular issue. Have your say today, folks. Have your say. 618-7321, 618-7321. Call in on the program and share with us. Share with us. As you do that, folks, I want to give you some more information because I don't know if people understand fully what has happened. We had on this program one of the relatives of one of the men who were picked up, Mr. Philip Anderson, very early in the piece when he was picked up. And she was telling us very clearly that he was not involved in this. Today on the program, on the press conference, the alibi was presented that, look, Mr. Anderson was home sleeping. He was there, he stepped there at the night of the Henry relative. So the police are saying, look, we have a confession from Mr. Anderson. So this is very strange. How it is that you have a confession from someone who wasn't even there at the murder scene. How did this confession come about? But I want to hear your thoughts, folks. I want to hear your thoughts on this particular issue. How do you feel about this? Have your say this afternoon. 618-7321. 618-7321. Right? We shared with you this yesterday. We shared with you this. Police ignore Gladstone Henry's alibi. Right? And corresponding statement, in Harry Singh murder probe. They don't want to hear about the alibi. Right? They don't want to hear about the alibi. And then, of course, we had this here today. This is after the press conference. After the press conference. Police detective among witness who saw Gladstone Henry at the home at the time of Harry Singh's murder. This is according to attorney Nigel Hughes. What is happening in Guyana? What is happening in Guyana? Huh? This is according to Harry Singh's mother. And if the police were in the yard at the night of this murder, they were there. The police officers were in the yard. So they could attest that these young men were not at the murder scene. What is happening? What is really happening, folks? It is time for you to have your say. Do you have confidence in the Guyana Police Force? It is time for you to have your say. Question of the day, folks. Do you have confidence in the Guyana Police Force to find the correct killers of Joel, Isaiah, and Harry Singh? That's what we want to know. How do you feel about this? Give us a call, 618-7321. 618-7321. Do you have confidence in the Guyana Police Force? Right? Give us a call, 618-7321. Give us a call this afternoon and let us know. We'll keep the lines open for the entire show today. We are going to keep the lines open. Right? Because we want to know. And I want to, I'm not going to play back the video again. I think it's extremely hard to watch. Extremely hard to watch. All right, but we're going to try and take as many of your calls this afternoon. Take as many of your calls this afternoon, folks. Let me share the live stream somewhere else. If you're now joining us, we're breaking down some of the important news of the day, and we are talking about the murder of the Henry boys, Harry Singh, all of them, and wondering if we actually have confidence in this Guyana police force to find the real murderers, real murderers. Do we have confidence in them? But as we ponder on that, folks, let's continue with some of the news of the day. Gail Teixeira assures Guyanese will benefit from Guyana's wealth. I don't know if you saw this. Gail Teixeira assures all Guyanese will benefit from Guyana's wealth, as this is after U.S. Congressman expressed concern. Right? After the Congressman expressed concern because of what is happening in the country. Early this week, U.S. Congressman Albio Sears and Hank Johnson issued a public call for Guyanese to benefit equally from the country's wealth in the proceedings from its resources. Now, in the wake of this, the Guyana government has responded with an assurance that the resources will be equitably distributed. Folks, this is laughable. This is laughable. I find this hilarious. Nothing that the PPP has done over the last 333 days, nothing that this fraudulent administration has done over the last 333 days gives me any hope, right? Gives me any hope or assurance that the PPP are going to ensure that all Guyanese benefit. You know who is going to benefit? The PPP ministers and friends, family and cronies. Those are who are going to benefit. The fat cats. Don't let me start calling some names. The same people who are backing them during the elections and funding their propaganda campaign, that they gotta pay back now. If it is, and let me say this, if it is that the PPP can't even distribute COVID relief fund equitably, how they gonna ensure that the resources of this country go to all Guyanese? How? You know, there's a famous meme with Kanye West. How? How, Sway? How? So Gail with the good hair, that's what Sherrod calls her, you know? Gail with the good hair said that Guyanese will all benefit. How, Gail? How? Show us one instance. Just show us one instance that this fraudulent administration has showcased their ability to be fair, to be to distribute funds equitably and equally. Show us one. I may stand down. I will stand corrected. Show us one instance. that they show that they really care about Guyanese people that didn't vote for them. There's documented evidence. Documented evidence that proves that what Gail is trying to tell us here is a big front, a big lie. How many persons still got COVID? Pink slip hole in. They're holding on it, waiting. You don't even decide to give the people the minimum wage for 1 month. You give them $25,000. We have evidence to show their PPP activists who were on the ground fraudulently giving out money to people who they perceive as their supporters. In many cases, more than what is supposed to be given to them. Everybody in the household collecting 25, not 25 per house, but everybody in the house collecting 25,000. How, Gail? Sometimes I believe that the PPP believes the Guyanese stupid. Huh? That is what I believe. That they feel that we don't know how to read and we don't know how to observe what is going on in this country. How? This is why the US congressman said what they had to say, because they are seeing the same thing we see. They are over there and they are seeing exactly what all of Guyana is seeing. That this fraudulent administration is biased and one-sided. Their economic policies favor the rich. This is why their friends in the private sector could come out and abuse people at the drop of a hat. This is why their friends at the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce could come out and lambaste and cuss out people. Because those are the people that are benefiting from them. That's why they could cuss out Keith Rowley for talking the truth. As they are benefiting from this fraudulent administration. How? Y'all got the face, the gall, the gumption. I take this statement as an affront to my intelligence. As an affront. Because you are trying to tell me that your actions for the last 333 days, let's even go back to your 23 years in power. Nothing you did there said to the Guyanese people that you are for everybody. Your record stink and dirty. Y'all forgive me today. I feel like abusing. It's raining outside. I feel like abusing. Because Gail and the PPP is past people. I take this statement here, this as an affront to my intelligence, telling me, well, the senators, them should take it as an affront because wait, what we have been observing, the congressman is they're trying to say everything is all right in Guyana. We have everybody's interest at heart. But we don't need to go back far. We don't need to go looking in the past. We could do that, and we could dig up your record for the last 23 years, which is stink and dirty. But we just need to go back a few weeks and look at how you handled the COVID-19 relief. Look at how you're handling the flood relief. Look at the disaster, the shambolic nature in which you roll out COVID-19 flood relief. COVID-19 and flood relief. And the Guyanese people will know the Guyanese people who are intelligent, by the way, will know that what you're telling people here is Bogodash. It's cow manure. Pure cow manure. Just like most of y'all on the PPP side. Cow manure. Why you don't tell the Guyanese people how you're spending out these billions of dollars and then come into parliament to tell people, look, we spend the money on XYZ before you even spend it? You're supposed to come and seek permission in the parliament. Tell the Guyanese people how you're spending billions of their money, going taking billions of dollars in loans after the money that we got in the natural resource account. Tell the Guyanese people, don't come and tell we fought. Show us. That is what I am saying. Don't come and talk about how it will benefit Guyana when you haven't been showing us that. Because the character is caca. Whatever that is. Cow manure, I call it. Folks, don't come to be funny. Show us, Gail. Point us in the direction of equity and equality in Guyana. And we will pretend that what you're saying here makes any amount of sense. Show us in the next few months, show us that you can be fair and equitable. Don't talk, because you haven't been doing it. You haven't been doing it. I'm fed up. Look at your face. Look at your face to come and tell Guyanese foolishness. What has been happening for the last 333 days? Huh? What has been happening? Nothing but discrimination. Nothing but selfishness. Nothing but pure political victimization. Every single region we go to, every single region, we hear the same story. How you have your PPP activists in the community discriminating. Every single region. And I wish I had that video. I'm going to see if I pull it up. When we were in region number 7 a few days ago, when the woman spoke about the COVID relief hampers, not the COVID relief, the flood relief hampers, pack up under some PPP councillor house, and he selectively giving it to PPP supporters. This is relief provided by the government, not Freedom House. Relief provided by the government. It didn't come from Freedom House, but the government of Guyana giving the relief for everybody, but the PPP activists in Region 7 get it packed up in the house. And Gail got a face for coming and insult Guyanese intelligence with this cow manure. Cow manure, that's what it is. I want to show you all the video. I hope that I'm able to find it. My operators want to work to find it. Region number 6. The woman got up in New Amsterdam and said that your activists, your PPP activists up there, taking away people public assistance. Region number 10, the board that's supposed to give people public assistance, y'all pack it with y'all people. None of them don't look like the majority of people in Linden. None of them. This is the board that is supposed to meet and say who getting public assistance. What do you think that happened? At the same time, you have the unruly mule, Nandalal, running around trying his level best, probably home boxing through them same law books that he said he didn't thief, trying to find ways to prosecute more AP and UFC people and take back people's land. And you're talking about equity and equality? Something gotta be wrong with Gail brain. Nicotine is a terrible thing, you know. It's a lot of chemicals that be in them things. A lot of chemicals, them things, you puff, 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 your brains just fall out. $4,000 different chemicals is put in them cigarette. While you talking this cow manure, the unruly mule boxing through the law books that he said he didn't thief. To find ways to prosecute AP and UFC supporters and members of parliament. Y'all think it easy? But this foolishness I can't accept. Show us, Gail. That's all I say. Show us. Show us. Making joke with nicotine? Serious? It's a serious thing. Folks, we have to move on, but I will play that video before the end of the program. I will play that video from region number 7. What an indictment. What an indictment. What else is in the news, folks? Oh, let's go to this. Let us go to this. And you know, I'm in the mood today. I am in the mood today, and I'm going to talk about this. Let me calm down and read the story for you first. Right? Let me read the story, folks. Exxon applies to the EPA for approval to flare above pilot level as the compressor undergoes second phase of testing. You know, I have to laugh this situation. I have to start off laughing and calm myself down a little bit. You know, the other day, I was looking at a program, and let me start here. I always look at these programs. I was looking at the Unruly Mule, Nandalal. And he was talking about a number of things. You know, he talking about the Police Service Commission. How if Slow believed that the president was wrong, carry the president to court. Something to that effect. I'm not quoting him directly here. But essentially what he was saying about the Police Service Commission is that the president got the power to do whatever he wants. If you feel the president wrong, go to the court. So the president suspended the PSC. Just like that. Don't go through the normal course of the suspension of a commission should happen. Just suspend them. But I was listening to the program, right? And in the comment section, one of the PPP supporters made an interesting comment. He said, Mr. Nandalal, talk about Exxon and what's going on with Exxon, because we hear a lot of negativity from Glenn Lal and the opposition. Again, I'm paraphrasing here. But this is what essentially the person was saying. The PPP supporter was asking the unruly mule Nandalal to talk about Exxon because they hear a lot of negativity. I wanted to reach out to that supporter and say that this same PPP, they were the same people who made a whole heap of noise about the Exxon contracts and how they ain't gonna do X, they ain't gonna do Y, they ain't gonna revise this, they ain't gonna change this, they gonna do this, they gonna do that, they gonna do all the terror. But let me say to you what they did when they came in, because I take this matter to heart. I really feel this particular issue to my core. When this fraudulent, illegitimate, illegal administration regime came in, one of the first things that they did is that they fired Dr. Vincent Adams as the head of the EPA. I hope you remember, let me just jog your memory, that the Payara deal wasn't signed as yet. At August 2020, the Payara deal wasn't signed because there were many things that had to be put right on Exxon's part before the EPA would have allowed that deal to be signed. Right? Claude Clark, we're gonna talk about Pompeo a little later down. I have some information about Pompeo that I will share in the last part of the program. Do not worry. But we came to realize that the Payara deal was being held up because the EPA said, look, y'all can't be flaring this amount. Y'all can't be dumping back the water in the reservoir water. Y'all can't be doing X, Y, Z, holding Exxon to account. Right? The real fraudulent president, not the puppet, the real one, the real fraudster, Jack Dio, they're behind the scenes. And what happened when they came in? Vincent Henry went home, Payara deal got signed off, Exxon flaring like they're heading good, all manner of things, polluting the ocean with the water that they're dumping back in there. All manner of things start to happen. And the same PPP who talk everything possible about the oil and the oil deals and how the AP and UFC is selling out the country and this and what they're doing and they're doing X and then do Y. What have they done over the last 333 days? Not one foot, not one fart, but allow Exxon to do what the hell they want to do. And many can speculate. We can all speculate as to why. Questions have been that were being asked. Was there some sort of collusion between the powers that be in the oil companies and Washington that forced this regime change because they wanted a regime, the PPP, who would be more relaxed and friendly to them? What role did Exxon play? Those are the questions being asked. What role did Exxon play? In getting the US involved? These are questions. These are all questions being asked. I am not saying it, I'm asking. Because the people on the street want to know. Now that you have an administrator, a regime in there that really don't seem to care what the hell Exxon doing. They still to benefit. Exxon benefits. You know how Exxon benefits also? When cat and dog fighting, y'all think the oil gun stop pump? The PPP run around and do whatever they want to do. You think the oil will stop pumping out there? So that we don't get ourselves together. You think Exxon cares about democracy in Guyana? As far as Exxon care, y'all could kill Mati. Eh? PPP, APN, UFC, y'all could fight. Black and Indians, y'all could fight. We don't really care. The oil done pumping. As far as Exxon care, we could kill Mati. This is not no unique situation in Guyana. This is not the first time international oil companies found oil in poor countries. Right? This is not the first time. Look at all of those African countries that got oil. Look at them. Look at all of those poor countries that got oil. Do you think it's in the best interest? It's in Exxon's best interest to have a stable, firm government that will hold them to account? No. A stable, firm government that will hold them to account and ensure that they do what they have to do is not in their interest. So don't let me fool myself. Don't let me fool myself. But let's get back to this story. They want to flare more than what the agreement calls for. Dr. Vince Adams spoke about this. You have an agreement that you can only flare for those persons who don't understand what flaring is. As you're pumping for you're drilling and you're pumping the gas up, the oil up, there is also natural gas in the mix. And I'm breaking it down and making it as simple for you to understand. I'm not going to get into the engineering terms and details. But if you are not sending that natural gas to shore, you have to get rid of it somehow. Hence, when you fly over a lot of these rigs, you see that flame in the air. The natural gas is being burnt off. Now, the international standards are to a specific amount. If you don't do that, you have to then invest some more money so that you can make use of the gas and not flare it. Exxon essentially has said to us, look, we ain't got the money for do anything extra. We can burn up this gas. Now they want to burn more than they were supposed to burn. And we're going to have Dr. Adams on the program soon. But this Exxon thing bothering me. You know why it's bothering me? Because these fraudulent people, fraudulent PPP government that talk all manner of things. Ask them what they have done to change any of those contracts. Running around talking about local content. Just like Gail talking foolishness about equity and equality. Ask them what they have done to make those contracts better. What have they done to hold Exxon to account to ensure that they don't mess up the environment? I was going to say another four-letter word. Nothing. What they have done is made the EPA weaker. So, like any other thing that they do, they don't like oversight and checks and balances and those kind of transparency and those things. Nothing to hold them to account. So Exxon could run around and do whatever they want. And we are going to see that this application by Exxon to the EPA, it will be approved. And they will continue to flare. They don't care. They will continue to flare. Folks, if you believe at this point in time that the PPP has any potential to steer this country in the right direction, then you have not been looking around. If you believe that every Guyanese is going to benefit from this oil wealth under this PPP government, you have not been, your eyes are closed. Go at the business registry and see those businesses that are registered that are taking up all of those waterfront properties to do shore base. And check out the names. Look at the names of those persons who register those business. You know, the people say follow the money. Follow the money. Those are the people and the friends and cronies that will benefit from what is coming to this country under this PPP government. And over the next few years, they will fill and line their pockets. Their pockets will be oily. The pockets can be oily. Look at it. Just take a quick look. Just do a bit of investigation. And look at the companies who will be granted licenses and permission to take advantage of Guyanese. Let's look at it. Let us keep our eye on this particular story. Mark my words today, the 1st of July, that Exxon is going to be granted the approval to continue flaring. This fraudulent administration wouldn't put any pressure on them. They will continue to flare. Mark my word. Let us move on. Fed up. Fed up today. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. Folks, the Delta variant of COVID-19 has been identified in the Caribbean. The Delta variant, which many health officials have identified as even more contagious and more deadly than any other, has been identified in the Caribbean. Right? This is according to the Trinidad Guardian. It says as many people make plans to travel to and from Trinidad, with the reopening of borders on July the 17th, the Pan American Health Organization is reporting the detection of the highly contagious Delta variant in the Caribbean. the PAHO director, Carissa Itani, said that laboratories sequenced the variant in the neighboring island of Barbados, Martinique, St. Martin, Guadeloupe, Aruba, Puerto Rico, and has found these destinations are popular for persons who travel from and to the US and Canada. The Pan American Health Organization is also reporting the detection in Mexico, French Guiana, and Argentina, Brazil, Chile. Brazil, right next door. The Delta variant is 1.2 times more transmissible, than the strains of COVID-19, than other strains of COVID-19. And scientists have detected that it is in 95 countries. But of course, we here in Guyana don't do any testing for strains and variants. So a fraudulent Minister of Health said he doesn't know. We have no capability. We can't test to see whether or not the variant is here. But folks, it is right around us. Who is to say that it has not entered the country as yet? Because we're not doing any testing. We're not doing any testing. Well, what are you going to do? This is the fraudulent administration we're dealing with. Folks, I've given you an opportunity to call in. It seems as though persons are afraid to have their voices heard today. Have your voices heard today. We gave you the opportunity to have your say this afternoon. You didn't take that opportunity. We'll give you one more opportunity to have your say, and then we'll try and wind the program down as it is already 6:30 in Guyana. It is 6:37 in Guyana and Eastern Caribbean. And so we have a few more minutes of program time. We have one more segment of our program called One More Thing, where I'm going to give you a bit of information. We're going to go on the lighter side because I was riled up today. And then we'll go, of course, we're going to be heading over to Across the Waves with Miss Annette Ferguson. And you would want to join her program today. Of course, she was picked up by the police. Cybercrime, I spoke about that yesterday. But folks, let's get into one more thing right now, because I have a bit of light information for us to end on. It's quite funny. But let's end on that light note today because I was really worked up today.
Give me some folk song, let me sing something now.
Right. Persons are trying to call, folks. We are now moving away from have your say. We'll open the lines tomorrow. If you missed it, you missed it. My apologies. But let's head straight into one more thing. Folks, so one more thing today. Remember Mike Pompeo? I don't know if you remember Mike. I don't know if you remember Mike Pompeo. Right? But I remember him. Secretary of State of the United States to Donald Trump. Right? Corruption and madness. Corruption and madness. Well, you know, I like my late night shows. I was looking at the late show with Stephen Colbert last night. And I saw a very interesting piece dealt with Mike Pompeo. And I wanted to share that with you, and then we'll come back at the end of this. And we will wrap up the program. I want to share with you. You wouldn't believe what Mike is up to. You wouldn't believe what Pompeo is up to. Well, I share with you now. Let me show you. You don't believe? Oh, boy. Let's hope we can get the audio in here, folks. Yes. You wouldn't believe what Pompeo is up to.
It's not just cotton and gnome. Lots of Republicans already jockeying for the 2024 presidential nomination. To name a few, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, Florida Senator Rick Scott, and former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. In fact, okay. And then you might enjoy these next jokes. In fact, Pompeo has already formed his very own political action committee, Champion American Values PAC, or CAV PAC. CAV PAC is a fairly awkward name, but not as bad as what he's calling his fans and donors, the pipe hitters. Because if you think Mike Pompeo should be president, you're definitely hitting the pipe. Now, now, apparently, in this regard, pipe hitter is a military term for people in special ops. But some folks on the famously horny internet had a different understanding of pipe hitter, a sexy understanding. So Pompeo set them straight by tweeting out audio from this speech.
Best sea officer that I ever came to know. I'd ask him about someone who was working on our team, and I'd say, what do you think of him, or what do you think of her? And he'd say, love that guy, pipe hitter. He meant that person got stuff done. They were a grinder. They kept banging away.
Sure. Not sexual at all, just a grinder who keeps banging away. When I say pipe hitter, I'm talking about someone who's not afraid to roll up his sleeves and really reach around, you know. Get his or her hands dirty. Give them any hand job. They'll do it. Just pulling together until everyone's finished. But if you, hold on, no, not worth it. But if you hit pipe, Pompeo wants to see it. On his website, it encourages donors to join him as a pipe hitter by writing or sending a video to Mike with a handy place to record your pipe hitting in action. Now, clearly, it is our duty to support this mission. Everyone out there, please send Mike Pompeo a video of you hitting pipe, whatever that means to you.
Folks, just a bit of fun. The late show with Stephen Colbert. There you have it. Mike Pompeo is running for president. Well, I guess if he said his boss did it, if a man like Trump could have been president, then Pompeo feel like he could do it too. But that is what Pompeo is up to, folks. What do you think? Leave a comment. Let us know your thoughts. We're about to end the program and head over to, and that was one more. That was one more thing, folks. That was one more thing this afternoon. We're about to head over to Crossing the Waves with MP Annette Ferguson and her program. We want to thank you very much for staying tuned today, rallying with us, continuing to share your thoughts in the comment section. We love you. We love you guys. We love you guys. Thank you very much for being a part of the program. Do enjoy the rest of your evening. Join Annette Ferguson now. She's already live, and we will be sharing that on the page. As soon as I come off, she'll be coming up, and then of course at 8 we'll have In the Ring with Cher Duncan. Do enjoy your July, 1st of July. Happy Canada Day, of course, again to those persons who are joining us from the Maple Leaf up in North America, Canada. Thank you very much, folks. My name is Randolph Critchlow. Let's work together. Let's continue to work together for national development. Enjoy your rest of your evening.